Hey girls, how you doing? Another week. I don't know when you're watching this, but anyway, on Monday I like to do what's happening. So let's have an overview, a flavor of the week, and that could be, whenever you're watching it, doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's have a look. 2 pound, trying to keep it concise because that's what we do here. But let's keep an open mind all together. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Pound number 1 was happening. Let's have a look. The Hermit, 5 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Interesting indeed. So obviously, maybe you felt a bit like a hermit, literally. Maybe feeling a little bit, you're kind of ready to come out of your cave. You feel like there is like an idea of needed to step back for a little moment, to back off, and to have a better understanding of what's going on. And you wanted to actually maybe pause and take a distance and keep your distance for a while. And also, when you come out of that moment of reflection, you want to come out gently. You have a little lantern here. You don't really know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. You go one step at a time, one day at a time, piano, piano, okay? So even though you felt the need to maybe be by yourself at a distance, you definitely felt as well a little bit left in the cold. And as well, you would maybe during that time appreciated that you actually know, there is someone out there really meant to be with you and for you. But also there is help around the corner and maybe you don't really appreciate it. And that kind of pose will allow you to think about it and to see what is just in front of your eyes, really. But you also have an understanding, okay, a decision needs to be made. Number 5 is generally a crossroad. So you have a decision to make eventually, but you have an idea of what you already need to know and who you're supposed to be with. There's an idea of maybe you or someone else wanted to open up at the level of the heart as a result of that pose and, stepping back. But also maybe someone who wants to apologize to you, or you might want to apologize to someone. Let's have more information on this. Yes, there's an idea of reconciliation, an idea of maybe association, reconnection with someone because you had time to think about it. You had time to appreciate the pros and cons, to see what was working, what wasn't, and need to be fixed, and if it's possible to fix it. In my opinion, it is possible because we have a reconciliation. However, yeah, the healing was necessary. You really feel like that time away or apart was definitely a blessing in disguise because you both needed to, or one of you needed to actually recharge battery, heal, calm things down, and maybe look within in more depth and appreciate it like, maybe I need to look a little bit further down the line. What was the point? What was the story? What was the cause and the root of this issue? Because it could be something, from far away. Yes, there is an idea of nostalgia or pure love. So even though things being hurtful, probably, you also have that knowing, and it's really going with that as well. 5 of Pentacles. You have that knowing, deep knowing there is something that you meant to be together. It's written. It's something that makes you feel like it is a meaning of life, more or less. It makes sense. But you have that inner knowing. Maybe the fact are against you, but within you kind of know. You have to make a decision, or you had to make a decision. Maybe, you kind of like, can stay where I am, but I'm bored, or I can go for it and go for, maybe have a gamble, but it's interesting, it's exciting, it's something a bit fresh. And it's about maybe time to maybe sign a contract. Maybe it's time to make a move and sign for a new place to stay. It can be going through finalizing a divorce and going for someone that you truly, truly love. Or just being fair and do the right thing within yourself, knowing that, okay, I can't live in regret. I have to move forward and get on with things, really. Yeah, maybe someone felt like you were too amazing for them and they thought that you're out of their league, or vice versa. Tarot can be reversed, we know that. But you're going for it. You're making that change because you're tired of feeling, isolated. You're tired of feeling like the shadow of yourself or what your life could be and not daring. You want to go for it and dare. It doesn't matter if you have half of the information or whatever. It means like you know exactly where you stand, and that is the most important thing. You have that, as I say, inner knowing, and that push you forward. So very exciting indeed. Massive changes coming up, and I think it's pretty damn good. Okay, so pile number one, but what? I was doing pretty well, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay, so pile number two was happening. Well, upside down. The Sun, Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Interesting. So, wow, we have a great resolution, because let me tell you, that was pretty damn scary. That was painful. Maybe there was argument, harsh words, or third party. At the end of the day, that was not a walk in the park. However, this is gonna end up properly, because if you had to make a choice between two, then you won't be making the right choice. You will go for the person who bring you joy, peace, reconnect yourself with the inner child, where you know you in your own truth. You don't need to pretend to be what you're not, who you're not. You really feel like at the inner child level, and that is pretty damn good. A lot of joy, a lot of happiness, maybe something connected to children. At the end of the day, it's absolutely beautiful. This is the best card of the whole deck. So it's quite a contrast when you think about it. I mean, you couldn't be more contrast. And then, of course, Six of Pentacles is an idea of equal give and take. It's an idea of like, I love you as much as you love me. I pay you for your worth. I don't squeeze you like a lemon. It's an idea of respect. It's an idea of appreciating what I have and not taking it for granted at all. Interesting. Very nice turn of event. Yeah, someone is approaching you with this time a change of attitude, very vulnerable, very truthful, very close to their heart, maybe an apology, who knows. There is a lot of frustration, of course, if you're not being treated nicely, or someone is actually in a third party. There's reason to be a bit frustrated. How could they forget you? You're the Queen of Wands, so you are male, female, doesn't matter. You are center stage. You are luminous. People see you a lot. When they see you, they remember you. If it's an idea of, business, they actually, when you go for an interview or something or a meeting, my goodness, they remember you big time. And you're someone very down to earth at the same time, very humble. So the combination of the two is kind of mesmerizing, absolutely. It's meant to be, and it has to be balanced. This idea of balancing the scales, as you can see, or balancing the jar, the emotion have to be balanced this time, and is very much protected. I knew I had to go for one more. 10 of Cups, happy ever after. I mean, come on, this is absolutely stunning, and is really balanced. Is how can you? I mean, seriously. Between those two cards, I mean, if it's not happiness, I don't know what is. So I'm delighted to see that for your week. It's really being content if it comes to business, being purely happy if it comes to relationship. Bring it on. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.